Okay, good evening, also good morning. Let us start our evening session. First, you all can join with me to chant, discourse on loving friendliness. Keep your palms together to recite stanzas. May all beings be happy and secure. May all beings have happy minds. Whatever living beings there may be, without exception, weak or strong, long or large, medium, short, shuttle or gross, visible or invisible, living near or far, born or coming to birth, may all beings have happy minds. Let no one deceive another, nor despise anyone anywhere, neither from anger nor ill will, should anyone wish harm to another. As a mother would risk her own life to protect her only child, even so towards all living beings, one should cultivate a boundless heart. One should cultivate for all the world a heart of boundless loving friendliness, above, below, and all around, unobstructed, without hatred or resentment. Whether standing, walking, or sitting, lying down, or when awake, one should develop this mindfulness. This is called divinely dwelling here, not falling into erroneous views, but virtuous and endowed with vision. Removing desire for sensual pleasures, one comes never again to birth in the womb. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, have a comfortable seat. Keep your body upright. Head should be straight forward. Take a deep and long breath and let it go slowly. Be relaxed. Again, take a deep and long breath and let it go slowly. Be relaxed. Cut off the whole world, come to this moment. Determine this is not the time to pay attention to past experiences or future plans. This is my meditation time. Try to stay with the meditation object all the time. You feel your body is relaxing as well as your happiness is increasing. You don't have anything in your mind. The mind has become empty. In this wonderful moment, let us use to generate metta. First of all, generate metta to yourself. Scan in your body head to toes through your mind. Generate metta to yourself. May I be well, happy, and peaceful. You feel wellness, happiness, sorrowlessness, and painlessness. Take your time and generate more and more metta to yourself. Let us share with others as I am my family members, friends, relatives, and neighbors. Be well, happy, and peaceful. If there is any unfriendly thoughts of them, practice metta along with compassion and equanimity. Let us extend. All living beings in this country, may they be well, happy, and peaceful. All living beings on this continent, may they be well, happy, and peaceful. All living beings on earth, may they be well, happy, and peaceful. All living beings in this galaxy, may they be well, happy, and peaceful. Finally, break all the boundaries and limits. Just practice metta to the universe. All living beings be well, happy, and peaceful. Human, non-human, living near or far, born or coming to birth. All living beings be well, happy, and peaceful. Just practice metta to the universe. Break all the boundaries and limits. Open your heart to the world, to the universe. Being in this metta development, continue in mindfulness. Let us switch to practice mindfulness of breathing meditation. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Keep your mind end of your nostril and watch your natural inhalation and exhalation. Breathe in, breathe out. Be aware whether it is a short breath or a long breath. Painful attention, develop in your mindfulness. See how important the breath is for your life. The life is depending on the breath. Whenever you stop breathe in and out, that would be the last moment of your existence. But the breath is not me. The breath is not myself. The breath is not mine either. Breathe in, breathe out. Conventionally, we can talk about the breath, but absolutely, there is nothing such a thing to talk as the breath. Open your mind to see the reality with the breath, generating and vanishing. When you start to breathe in, at that moment it has been changed. When you start to breathe out, at that moment it has been changed. The breath is continuously changed, continuously changed, changing and changing, changing and changing. There is nothing such something existing. It's change all the time. So the breath is impermanent. In this situation, you can see only in this process rising and falling because the breath is impermanent. Which is impermanent, that is full of suffering, is the universal nature. Which is impermanent as well as full of suffering, such a things no one can take as me, myself. Selflessness is there. The life is depending on the breath, but the reality of breath is impermanent, suffering, selfless. So, how would be the nature of your life? Impermanent, full of suffering, selfless. In this manner, developing your mindfulness, expand that experience and knowledge to see the reality with yourself, and you can apply the method, the knowledge that you already developed to see the world, the nature of the world. Each and everything are depending on these universal truth, impermanent, suffering, selfless. Through your body, you can see the world impermanent, full of suffering and selfless. Take your time and practice mindfulness of breathing meditation. Breathe in, breathe out. Dukkapata cha nidukkha, bhayapata cha nibbaya, sukapata cha nisoka, hontu sabbe pipanino. Sadhu, sadhu. Sadhu. Thank you. Okay, friends, now it is time to start our Dhamma sermon. We are in Dhammapad, stanza number 182. Kiccho manussa patilabho kiccang machana jivitam. Kiccang saddhamma savanang kiccho buddhanang uppado. Brief meaning of this stanza is Rhea is a birth as a human being. Heart is the life of morale. Heart is the hearing of the sublime truth. Rhea is the appearance of the Buddhas. In here in this stanza, mentioned in very important few things. One is Rhea is birth as a human being. Do you experience in is truth? Rhea is a birth as a human being. Do you believe? Do you ready to accept these sentences? The declared by the Buddha? What do you think about this word? How we can say Kicho Manussa Patilabho? Rhea is birth as a human being. How we can accept this? Think about around the world. The word that Buddha used, Sabbe Satta. Sabbe Satta. All living beings. All living beings means not just human beings. There are so many different kind of beings are. According to the Buddhist explanation, human world and consider as a high level realm. There are four hell which we consider as a low level realm. Naraka, Tirisam, Preta, Asura. Naraka, Tirisam, Preta, Asura. Among these low level realm, Tirisam you can experience, you know Tirisam world. All living beings, all animals, insects belongs to that world. Just think about all these insect, tiny, miny living beings. Sometimes perhaps might be in the US, as you know, nearly 350 millions human beings are here. 350 millions. In one ant hill, there might be more than 1 billion ants. Just one might be. It depends on the limits and space and the area, how long that one is keeping, all depending all these. So, comparing with these animal worlds, including the creatures, and the human world, how we are small. Our population is very, very small compared with just one world in low level realm, Tirisan world, animal worlds. And other worlds are, there are four low level realms: Naraka, Tirisam, Preta, Asuri. And Preta world has eight separate uh, places or categories in Preta world. No one can count how is the population is there, because we don't have that any measurements that we can use to measure beings, how many beings are there to get to know. It is impossible. And sometimes biologists are not ready to accept that explanation, but biology is comparing with the Buddha's teaching is in the primary level. The Buddha's teaching is very talking about vast expanded areas, because the Buddha was Sabbanyu, knew all. Sabbanyu means knew all, everything Buddha knew. So, using his unlimited mind capacity, he had explained there are six celestial worlds, there are 16 Brahma worlds, and four Suddhavasa Brahma worlds, superior Brahma worlds. Four. All these together, including with human world, there are 31 realm just only this galaxy, in this galaxy where we are. So, this kind of thousands and thousands galaxies are there in the universe. These are not my words, these are the words of the Buddha. So, now you can see what kind of things that Buddha meant in here. Kicho manussa patilabo, to become a human, is very rare. Is very rare, because in this universe there are so many other living beings than human beings. Therefore, it is very rare thing. What kind of logic you use, it does not matter. You can understand human beings are very limited, countable, and to become human is very rare things that you can understand through that these experiences. Not only that, kichang machana jivitam. Now, as you know, in this world there are 6 billion point five something human beings in this world, all over the world. Among those 6 billions, how many of them can live as human beings? This is very tricky things that you should open your mind to see the nature of human beings. According to the Buddha's explanation, not can recognize just looking at outside appearance, looking at head, hands, legs, and who has ability to walk, who is free from their hands. This is the way how we can recognize human sapiens sapiens. But humanity is different things. Human is different than humanity. Humanity means you should have human qualities. If you have a human figure, human body, but if you don't have human qualities, then the Buddha not consider you as a human being. That's why in here, kichang machana jivitam. Kichang machana jivitam. Hard is the life of moral. Morals means with human qualities. What are the qualities? There are basic qualities we can categorize into four: loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. These are the qualities that you can see through the human beings. If there is lack of loving kindness, then you are considering that person, what kind of person is. He does not have any humanity, human qualities. You have that experience in your life. If that person is not compassion, then you're ready to say he's like an animal. He does not have any human qualities. Just we have this general experience living in the society. Therefore, living as a human being is very hard things in this world. Even though we born in this human world, it is not easy to live with human qualities. That's why around the world now you can see what is happening among the human beings. Since our ancestors' time period, it's been maybe 1,000, 2,000 years. What is happening in this human world? Fighting, biting, fighting, arguing, and firing here and there, burning each and others. How many disasters was there created by human beings in this world? Why? They lost their human qualities. When someone lose human qualities, then that person would be completely unhumanistic living being, even though look like human being. Therefore, friends, to live as a human being is not easy thing. It is very difficult things. To live as a human being, sila, moral, respecting natural law is very important qualities. Respecting natural law. What are the natural laws? If you are killing, engaging with this activity, killing some any other living beings, you are going against natural law. Why? Take you as an example. Are you ready to accept anyone if someone try to kill you? Are you welcome them? No, you are not ready to welcome anyone if someone try to kill you, hurt you. You don't like. If you don't like if someone try to kill or hurt you, then how would others like to get that kind of same feeling from you? This is the way how we should think as human beings. Now you can see human beings you have thinking ability, but most of the living beings in most of the humans are in this world not thinking about that. They don't compare with yourself. That's why how many beings are killing per day by human beings? How many living beings? Just think about chickens. How many chickens die by human beings in one day? How many pigs? How many cows? How many other creatures? In some countries, some cultures, if they met any kind of creatures, they're ready to kill. They're ready to kill. They don't have any common sense. Oh, they are also living beings. They also live same as us. They also like to live same as us. They don't have that common sense in their mind. That's why they do that kind of harmful, hurting things to others, killing and hurting other living beings because they don't have human qualities. Human ability is very important. Thinking ability is human ability. If you are not able to think deeply and widely, then the Buddha is not ready to consider you as a human being. Physically, yes, you are, but mentally, you don't have human quality. If you don't have human quality, then you can, the Buddha is not ready to recognize you as a human being. Why? Humanity is the most important thing in human life. If you don't have that quality, humanity with you, then how someone can consider you as a human being? You perhaps you might have some kind of language to communicate with others. You can go here and there, you can walk, but if you don't have quality, likewise morale, if you are not respecting to the universal law, then there is no any other evidence need to consider you as a human beings or not. So killing is stealing, misconducting with sensual pleasure, lying, and using drugs and alcohol. All these are very important to recognize whether you are human or not. Human or not. Think about around the world, how many of them can live this kind of lifestyle, this kind of means with human qualities, developing compassion, sympathetic joy, loving kindness, compassion, equanimity. How many of them can do that? How many of them have? Therefore, living as a human being is very hard and also very rare thing. Kicham machana jivitam. It is very difficult because we have undeveloped mind and also we don't have good quality friends with us. Whatever things it's come through your ears, eyes, nose, tongue, and the body, all those things are driving into us in wrong direction, do some kind of harmful things to ourselves and others. Is the nature, is the nature of undeveloped mind, is the nature of unhumanistic person. And what is the other one? Kicham Sadhamma Savanam. Listen to Dhamma, universal truth, sublime truth is very rare thing. It is also very rare thing. Even though today you can hear so many talks, Saddhamma means Saddhamma should be based on these three things: impermanent, suffering, and selflessness. Saddhamma. And also, it should be dependent on Four Noble Truths. And it should be depending origination, Paticcasamuppada. And it should be dependent on Noble Eightfold Path. If there is some talks or lectures, series of lectures, which is not dependent on these things, those are just a talk, entertainment talks, not, not the sublime truth. Sublime truth should be truth for every and each living beings in this world, not just even human beings. It is not something to particular into one group of people or one particular country. It should be for all living beings. This is the nature of Sadhamma. Then, as we know, Sadhamma is, it should be Four Noble Truths. It should be dependent origination. It should be Noble Eightfold Path and three Lakshana, three characteristics of the nature. These are the teachings of the Buddha. These are we consider as a sublime truth. It is very rare to listen to sublime truth. When you turn on your TV, is there any opportunity to listen to any of these teachings? These teachings means not directly from monks or any other Buddhist followers. Universally, just think about scholars, lecturers, professors, teachers, and leaders of the countries, leaders of the society. Can you hear any of Dhamma from? Don't just think about the Buddha's teaching. Four Noble Truth is Four Noble Truth, it is universal. Noble Eightfold Path is, it is universal. Regarding any of these things, is there any chance to listen from any of those talks that you can hear when you turn on your TV or radio? No. And to listen to sublime truth, you have to search it and you have to find it. Even though sometimes name of the Dhamma, name of the sublime truth, there are so many talks, but which is not we can consider as sublime truth, because it might be given that lecture given by the monk, but if that lecture is not considered for noble truth, noble eightfold path, and dependent origination, no three characteristics, then that lecture is not considered. No, we not supposed to consider as Dhamma, sublime truth. It is just a lecture. Therefore, to listen to Four Noble Truths, to listen to three characteristics, the reality of the things, Noble Eightfold Path, all these teachings are very rare to listen. Rare is the appearance of the Buddhas. Appearance of Buddha is very, very rare things. It's not happening in the world. As you know, years and years we have to wait to see the Buddha. Years and years we have to wait to see the Buddha. It's the nature. The Buddha that we talking today, Sakyamuni Gautama Buddha, who passed away 2600 years ago. But still his teaching is alive. Therefore we can see the Buddha through the Dhamma. That this advice given by the Buddha, this advice is not given by someone else. This advice given by the Buddha. Yo dhammang passati somam passati. Try to see Dhamma, then you can see the Buddha. What does it mean? If you want to recognize someone, you can recognize that person through his teachings or through his behavior. If that person had given some lectures or talks. So, the Buddha spent 45 years. He had been delivering at least 5 sermons per day. 84,000 sermons are there in Tripitaka. So, all these discourses, deliverance, we can see the Buddha. We can see the Buddha. But appearance of Buddha is very rare things in this world. In this whole eon of time period, we have met only one Buddha. But the Buddha who was already, the Buddha mentioned there were so many Buddhas, but namely we have 28 Buddhas. All these Buddhas had been delivering one thing, that is universal truth. Four Noble Truth is Four Noble Truth. Whether it delivered by Sakyamuni Buddha or whether it delivered by Kashyapa Buddha, Stanankara Buddha, Tissa Buddha, it does not matter. Even future Buddha, Maitreya, it does not matter. Four Noble Truth is Four Noble Truth. Noble Eightfold Path is Noble Eightfold Path. There is no second Noble Eightfold Path. Therefore, we are lucky, we are living in this world where the Buddha's teaching is existing. This is very important because still we have opportunity to meet the Buddha through the Dhamma, the teachings of the Buddha. Therefore, dear friends, this is wonderful opportunity. We're not supposed to miss this opportunity. We had born as a human being and all our faculties are working well, ear, nose, tongue, and our mind. All the faculties are working well. We can understand something. We can hear clearly. We can read books. So we have that fortune with us. We born in this human world with this fortune. And also, we got opportunity to listen to rare, sublime truth. Very rare thing is listen to sublime truth. Now we have that opportunity. We are fortunate to listen to Dhamma. And also we got opportunity to associate Kalyana with the good friends who are helping to realize Four Noble Truth. Who are helping to realize Four Noble Truths. We have that Kalyana Mitta also. And we can see the Buddha through the Dhamma. We have that opportunity also in this manner, dear friends. Now we can understand how fortunate we are. So we not supposed to miss this opportunity, spending time for other things. Therefore, develop your Shraddha, confidence to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, and believe not blindly. Open your mind with your wisdom. Believe this sayings by the Buddha. Kichu manusya patilabo, to become to have a birth as human being is very rare. Believe it. You have confidence with that. Therefore, if we miss this human life without developing humanity, human qualities, we don't know how would be the next life. Even though we are cultivating humanity, but if we are not establish our mind in right direction, we might be in trouble. The spins are delivered by the Buddha during the time period when Buddha was living in Savatthi. There was a Naga king. The name of Naga king was Erakapatta. Erakapatta. Erakapatta appears, Erakapatta has an ability to appear as a human being. Erakapatta is not belong to this human world. Erakapatta was in Naga world. So one day he was able to appear the Buddha in front of the Buddha to listen to Dhamma. He badly wanted to meet the Buddha. But unfortunately, he did not get that chance. One day, there was a person, Uttara, named Uttara. Erakapatta had a daughter. That daughter was very pretty and beautiful and very talented girl. Coming from Naga world, appear in the human world as a human princess, she was asking question from others. If someone is able to answer the question, then they can marry this beautiful girl. Few times appear in human world, no one was able to answer the question. But there was a prince, Uttara. He was planning to answer those questions, and then he was on the way. He met the Buddha, and then Buddha knew he is talented person who can answer all these questions. Buddha taught him everything. And then when the Buddha was giving Dhamma sermon to that person, Uttara, he attained Sotapanna. But Buddha guided him to go to see that uh, uh, Naga princess, and Buddha guided him to answer the questions that she going to ask. So he did that. When he was answering all the questions, there were so many people around, surrounded there, they were able to attain enlightenment, particularly sainthood level. But Erakapatta was not able to attain any kind of sainthood level. Then Erikapatta said to the Buddha, in front of the Buddha, declared, Venerable Sir, I am so unlucky. Why? I am not able to attain any sainthood level. I was a meditator. I was a meditator in a previous life. Millions years ago, I was a meditator. I was meditating in the forest and meditating in one of previous Buddha's time period. One day I had to cross a river using a raft. I was getting to that river, getting to that raft, holding a branch of tree. When the person is start to move the raft, that leaf came from the tree to my hand. I was so upset with that. I was not able to confess for that. So he died with that guilty feeling, guilty mind. As a result of that, he born in Nagaloka. He practiced meditation, but that meditation was not useful to have his next life, better life in his next life, because he had that guilty feeling in his mind very strongly. That it's happened because of his foolishness, because of his avidya, ignorance. He was not able to manage his feelings, confession particularly himself. That's why it's happened to him. Then he died and then he born in that world. And the Buddha declared, even though that Naga is not able to realize the truth in this eons, eons of Sakyamuni Buddha's time length, because still that Naga is living in Naga world. So in this particular opportunity, using this particular opportunity, the Buddha said, Kicho manussa patilabo, to become human, to get a human life is not easy. But that person went to that animal world within very small things, within in few seconds, done by very small things. He did very small things. It's not a big, strong, harmful, hurtful things to anyone. Just took some leaves. He was not able to confession himself. That is the reason. So, becoming a human is not easy, but to go to hell, very easy. Very easy. Kicho Manusha Patala, Kicha Machana Jivitang, also living as a human being is very difficult things. Now you know you are living in this world as a human being. How difficult is that? You know that by experience. Kichan Saddam Savanang and listen to them is how difficult. It's not easy. Is there is opportunity to listen to music and any other entertainments. You don't know how long you spend there. Time is passed in very fast, but you don't recognize it. That much attraction is there in your mind. You are attached to it. But listen to Dhamma is not easy. When you start to listen to Dhamma, you are always, how many times you are looking at looking at your clock? When this Dhamma sermon going to finish? This is the nature. So Kichan Saddhamma Savana, listen to Dhamma is not easy. Kicho Buddhanang Uppado, same as the Buddha's appearance is very rare things in this world. So, dear friends, understanding this universal truth, let us practice Dhamma to be a useful person in this human life. We born to this human life, we supposed to use this humanity to develop our humanity and to uplift our human qualities to finish this sansaric journey. Having that aspiration, let us practice the Dhamma. Let us use this opportunity to share merits with others. First of all, think about departed relatives, friends, family members, and pets who departed name of us. By the power of these merits and metta thoughts, may they all be well, happy, and peaceful. Having that aspiration, say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Whoever is affected by COVID 19 and any other sicknesses, by the power of these merits and metta thoughts, may they all be well, happy, and peaceful. May they be able to get rid of their suffering and pain, having that aspiration. Make blessings upon them, saying, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. May you all be well, happy, and peaceful. All your wishes come true by the power of these merits and metta thoughts. May we all be able to attain ultimate bliss of Nibbana, having that aspiration, say Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. By means of these meritorious deeds, may I never join with the police, may I join always with the wise until the time attain Nibbana. May the suffering be free from suffering. May the fear struck be free from fear. May the grieving be free from grief. So too may all beings be. From the higher realms of existence to the lowest, may all beings arisen in these realms, with form and without form, with perception and without perception, be released from all suffering and attain to perfect peace. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bante.
Thank you,
Terun,